Hello, welcome to another episode here on my channel. My name is ChaosMole, and today we are taking a look at the financial year 2022 Q1 of Microsoft, or to be a little bit more precise, of the Xbox/gaming division of Microsoft. So Microsoft has now reported their Q1 earnings from the first quarter of 2022. And their gaming division saw a rise in 16% year over year with Xbox content and services. And the services in particular were up apparently by 2%, a year over year increase. So that's probably not as much as they hoped for. And this is super interesting. The hardware selling numbers were up by 166% year over year. That is, of course, driven by the latest generation of the Xbox console, like the Series X and S. And that makes also sense because when they first announced the numbers last year, because this is year over year, right? Their Xbox selling figures were in a sharp decline because nobody bought an Xbox One anymore because everyone was just waiting for the new consoles. So the numbers were just dipping drastically, and now they are going up. So what would be really, really interesting is to see how those numbers will go up year over year next year, right? And also something very interesting to note here. Keep in mind that those numbers could actually be higher. Those numbers could be much higher. But we have a shortage of chips right now, right? Everywhere. Cars, PC hardware, console hardware, which is, PC hardware, but specifically designed and stuff. But different topic. Hardware right now is relatively tough to come by, and maybe they could even sell more consoles if they would have just enough hardware. I mean, they said it themselves, the Xbox Series is mostly sold out everywhere. Microsoft has a huge issue to just get with the demand. And it would be very interesting to see how those numbers look next year or the year afterwards, right? Like, is it consistent? And also, more importantly, how will those numbers look like when the chipset issues are gone? And I hope they will be gone at some point, right? But yeah, this is pretty good for them. Also, apparently company-wide, this goes for Microsoft as a whole, they had an increase of 22%, which ends in a revenue at 45.3 billion US dollars. That's the revenue they made in the first quarter of 2022. So, this is all pretty good news. The only small thing here might be the Xbox content and services, which only saw a growth on 2%. But then again, we talked about this before in another video. Like, Xbox had a lot of plans for things they wanted to do in the last few months with Xbox Game Pass, with releasing first-party titles when also the new console is coming out. And nothing of that, unfortunately, happened because they postponed a lot of the titles to give them just some extra time. Like, Halo Infinite is the best example here. Like, it was planned to release last year, and then Microsoft was like, yeah, you know what? After people saw the game, let's just give it another year to cook, right? And that was definitely the better decision for the game, but for the financial numbers, they definitely got a hit. So I'm very, very curious to see how the content and services for Xbox will go up this year, with all the first party releases, with Xbox Game Pass still being a thing, with the Xbox Series S and X just selling really well, especially Xbox Series S. Like, keep in mind, when you are buying an Xbox Series S, the chance that you are also getting with the Xbox Game Pass is so high because it's a digital console anyway. And I can see that a lot of people who are going all digital with the Xbox Series S will immediately also buy a Game Pass. So the more Xbox Series S they can actually sell to the people, the more I believe the numbers for Game Pass will go up as well. But all in all, I mean, 22% increase for the first quarter. I keep in mind this is quarter, not the whole year, is pretty good for Microsoft. And I think this is also pretty good for the Xbox division / gaming division, which had a rise in 16% in total. And I'm very curious to see how this is going. But yeah, those are good news for Microsoft. Now I'm really curious to see the Xbox, the Game Pass numbers at some point. Hopefully we will get some next year. That would be great. With that said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you are on your way out, I would appreciate if you might leave a like. That would help me out greatly. If you didn't like this video for whatever reason, well, the dislike button is right next to it. And if you're new to the channel, you want to see more gaming news and also opinion pieces about the gaming industry, reaction videos to certain gaming events, game announcements, tips and tricks for new games, then I would appreciate if you might consider to subscribe to the channel. If you do so, please don't forget to click on the bell icon, because if you don't do that, well, you will never get informed that I uploaded a new video ever again. And it's like, wait, you just subscribed to me, so you want to get informed that I'm uploading videos. And YouTube is like, nope, not as long as you are not clicking the bell. It's like, well, but, so dumb. However, that's how it works. So please don't forget to click on the bell icon. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you ever want to catch me live, you can also do that from Monday to Friday, starting at 9 a.m. ET, which is 2 p.m. UK time, and 3 p.m. Central European time on trovo.live/ChaosMole. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time. Stay safe. Bye bye.